Isekais. Isekai, talking about isekais. So, hello everyone. This is basically isekai. So, hello everyone here. We're talking about, of course, today here. Welcome to the winter anime 2022, right? We just watched Police in a Koban, or Police in a Box, or whatever you call it. And now then we're gonna watch, of course, In the Land of Leadale, which is a virtual MMO anime, right? You're basically isekais. These animes are isekais. Like, I'm almost like, okay. Sometimes, especially when they get stuck in the game, then it's literally an isekai. Oh, you're stuck inside the video game? Yeah, okay, you're stuck in the isekai. Yeah, you teleport around the world, right? But, so, I don't know if this girl is gonna do something else. But I think in the premise, she's like in a coma or something, right? Or, you know, she's a hospital or whatever, right? So, this is basically an isekai. I guess it's like, it's a little feel good that, oh, if you get into a coma in the future, or, you know, if you're hospitalized, you can't walk anymore, we can place you in like a badass video game or something. Yeah, I guess. Like, but, cool. In every shape or purpose, this is probably an isekai. The only difference, I suppose, would be that in some of these virtual MMO or, you know, RPGs, whatever you call them, you can die, right? Like, for example, Bofurish, you can die. So, do you ever give it that? Yeah, it is a slight difference. There is an actual video game. You can actually fail, right, and die and so on. But in other virtual reality animes, you get stuck in them, right? Or you maybe, you know, depends on the rules, but given point, and then you die, right, or whatever. So it's like, yeah, it depends here on how it works, right? But basically, this is a fantasy anime, right? And yeah, I don't know, it might be pretty good. Of course, I say it before I watch it, right? I'm gonna react to it and review it and, you know, general first impression, right? Of course, here on the first day's episode. I say it here as always, right? It's basically an isekai, and we always have huge amount of isekai trash, right? We all know that. We all have this, you know, isekai cheat magician or whatever, right? And they're all pretty terrible, right? That's, for example, you know how much I love Mushoku Tensei, but that's, for example, right, is one of the fears when a new anime like Mushoku Tensei appears. No, I know because it's an old novel, but you get my point. When a new anime appears, an isekai, you're like, okay, it might be good. I'm not saying it have to be bad. I'm just saying that you always have that guard. You're like, I'm gonna watch it and you see what happens. But, you know, you always feel in these animes, this doesn't look like a bad anime, but you always feel like, okay, you know, let's take it with a little distance here from it, right? This is honestly how I always feel when it comes to these fantasy, either read isekais or like this virtual, you know, MMORPGs, because yeah, like half of them are really terrible, I feel it. And then, but that being said, alright, most of my favorite animes are isekais, of course, Konosuba, Zero, Tensei, so on, right? So it's yeah, it is kind of funny that I feel a lot of isekais are fantastic, but then there also are so many of them that are really, really terrible, right? Otherwise, this is, let's say before we start here, they also have this gender bender isekai, with two of them, I believe, right? And I think they even air on the same day. I think they air on like next Tuesday or Wednesday. So it's kind of funny because, yeah, I think there are two gender bender isekais and they're both airing on the same day, like in half an hour. Sorry, like a gender bender isekai day. That's pretty fun. And I say one thing here, negative news, whatever you can call it. I watched, you know, again, Koban, right? Copying a Koban before I watched the episode here, and it was pretty boring, I felt. Okay, I didn't hate it. It wasn't like I was like, oh, this is bad writing, whatever. But I was just like, it just felt kind of boring. Yeah. Maybe it's gonna get better later. I think I'm gonna watch more of it, but I have to say that that's the first. I don't know. I thought about. So if you're interested, watch that review, right? I did a long review there because it's one of those animes where I watched it, and I used to, like, I'm thinking, like, even now afterward, of course, I think, like, why didn't I like it for? You know what I mean? Because as I always keep saying on my channel here, so on this anime channel, anime gaming channel, right? Is that I am always very weak for comedy, right? Like, comedy animes, I feel like I can watch every comedy anime basically and enjoy them to some extent, right? That's supposed to be a comedy anime, but I barely laughed, and I like those like seinen comedy animes, like Onishan and so on. I like those animes, and it felt a little bit like Onishan, but just way more boring. So I was like, I don't understand why I don't like it for. You know what I mean? I was like, I wanna like it, but I don't like it. I don't understand why. So hopefully things is better here, because of course I wanna have, you know. I want to have a good day, right? So, let's start watching it. Long intro, but I mean, it's like, honestly, in my brain, sometimes I get to that, where I'm just still pondering, why didn't I like X anime, right? Yeah, I'm still wondering, like, I don't understand, what is wrong with, like, I don't understand, but I think that anime is determined jokes. But I don't know. So watch it. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so it starts in reality. But that doesn't mean it's clearly future, it's like some droids or whatever they are. Okay, opening immediately though. It's a cute, like, I don't know, dragon with 4 wings, maybe like a Pegasus 4 wings, a little bit. No. Kind of catchy opening. I'm like, yeah, no. Pretty simple, but pretty catchy. I'm like, okay, good. Okay, so it means like cute little kawaii girl, and then like a Navi. Yeah, her fairy or something. It reminds me of Midori. Midori Green Days. Yeah, your own little green hand girl. The fairy girl is green. Flying right next to her body there. Yeah, okay. Oh, nice. Now it's Sekiro. You go down into this. Oh, also Nioh 2 for that matter. You go to this like Japanese temple in the bottom of an ocean there. It looks like you can fight some dragon down there. It looks exactly like Nioh. This will get William in Nioh 2, yeah. Oh no, a CGI boat appears. Oh, she can run on the water. She's going on Naruto on us. And then she's going 7 Deadly Sins there with some kind of like huge hawk there. There's some massive pig or something. I wonder if this is gonna be interesting to see, right? How this actually is. Are these all the characters in the opening characters? Are they like, NPCs, right? Or are they like, are they computer characters? Or are they also humans, right? That's also a big difference. Are they humans or yeah. How is she stuck in this game? Is she stuck in this actual MMORPG with people, or I guess we're gonna see soon here, hopefully. So there we go. She wakes up in, I guess. Yeah, so this is what we saw in the opening here. It's a cute little maid girl. And this is the main character, right? Some kind of sexy elf lady. I guess she lives here, I guess, in Natsumi. Yeah. Maybe she's confused, like maybe she doesn't know she's like in an isekai something. Yeah, exactly. I guess she doesn't. Yeah, so she's used to being, I guess, injured, right? She's used to being like something like a wheelchair or paralyzed something. What? Here's some candy! Okay. Here's some candy, shut up, yeah! Yeah, headbutt, get some candy, leave me alone! Yeah! I like how casual I was, yeah, like some candy, shut up girl, yeah, take some candy, yeah. He's throwing some candy at her, okay, good. Yeah, she's like, what? I'm a blonde lady? I thought I was a Japanese woman with black hair, probably. Yeah, I guess she's not used to being a high elf babe, right? Yeah, it's her avatar, of course. But I mean, maybe it's like an overlord, right? Like, this is my avatar I created, I'm stuck in my avatar now. I would expect the next episode to be like, her so to go, all Kumiko and be like, I'm stuck in like video game. It's pretty lit. No, but that's one of the best parts of Kumiko, man. Kumiko is like, I'm a spy in this badass fighting world with dragons and shit. It's actually pretty fun, yeah. Like immediately, like, oh, it's isekai, life and death. It's pretty good. I always wanted to do that. It's like, okay. But I guess she's been stuck in some kind of paralyzed state for many years. That's how it sounds, right? I wonder if the novel here explains better where she comes from, right? Like before the opening started, you clearly saw the present day, right? And you saw some I don't know, Amazon droids not flying or something. Yeah, Ivy drip. So she's clearly like grew up her whole life, I guess, in a hospital. But maybe she's dead, right? That's what I'm wondering here. Because the reason why I'm so specific on that thing, and I probably sound like a nagging old lady, right? I'd be like, but the reason why I say this so much is because if her body is dead, right, in the reality, her mind or whatever is in this game, right, that means she probably will die in this world if she dies, right? And that's what I really trying to figure out, right? Because that is what, for me at least, it's just a big difference, right? If she's actually in this world, she has one life, right, and if she's faced that she dies. Because that makes this experience much, that is basically an isekai, and it makes it more different. Then again, like in the first example, we could die, relog, right, the next day, right? Like that's the, because that means, of course, she has to take it more seriously, right? And so, but I guess we're gonna learn that hopefully this episode. I don't know, but I feel that those kind of... I guess I would say that I think it's important for the first episode here to really like define the rules, right? Both of the game, generally speaking, but also what is happening. Like, okay, I'm an isekai, or am I dead, or whatever, right? Yeah. But she doesn't seem to know anything, so she doesn't seem to know... Yeah, okay, so she's also in like another version of the game, or maybe I guess like the game has advanced 200 years then, or yeah, like she's... Yeah, okay, so she played the game... It definitely sounds more like an isekai, even though it's presented like stuck in a video game, but it's... This certainly sounds... This looks a lot like Zelda. Yeah, with the... Here goes the Triforce, the gods combine the three powers, and he creates a triangle. But, come on, like, this looks a lot like Zelda, where you have this war, and then the gods... Because that kind of panel is in one of the Zelda games, almost exactly. But certainly other games and so on has a thing too, but yeah, it almost looks exactly like one of the Zelda games, so it stands there and the kind of the sunlight, and it's like... And those murals, yeah. But sure, it's not like it's not the most unique backstory, I guess. I'm sorry I have this picture too much. I usually don't have my hands this too much, I feel, but I will admit I'm tired today. I have too much to do with work, I feel, and so on. So I will admit I'm sorry if I'm a little exhausted than I usually am when I do anime stuff. I feel a little. This week has been, and I worked last week. I didn't take any break, so, but it's been a lot of trouble at work the latest month. So it's like, I had the meetings before I started working today that I was like, oh, why did I have this meeting for? I just feel it's going in the wrong direction. I don't know. But I'm just sorry if I'm a little more exhausted than I usually am. I will admit I'm not 100% energized, than I usually am, because I feel like I feel very, very tired, honestly. Okay, she's really high level 1100, or I mean, I'm way too OP. So okay, it's an OP isekai anime. Okay, I think know where this has been. Yeah, okay. Here she comes! Oh my god, her little Navi! Oh my god, it's really Zelda now! Yeah, okay. So here goes a little fairy. Very important. Her own snow fairy. Yes. So she's dead, right? Good. This is good. This is really good. So we learn... Yeah, this is very good here. So we actually learn the rules, right? Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess they turned off the power or something, or yeah, maybe her machine's not working, or whatever, right? I told you guys she was gonna have a dark hair in the real world. Yeah, classic anime. She's gonna have a blonde girl in this world, right? She's probably dead then, right? But this is good. It means it's an actual isekai. So I like it a lot more. I think what people do, Please leave a comment. What do you guys think? Leave a comment now or later. Yeah. I think this is much better, right? I think this is much better because it means that it's basically like something Overlord, right? Yeah. This is an isekai. Certainly, it's like, oh, I was stuck in the video game I played, but she's stuck in that video game. Her physical body is dead, right? Very, very likely. Yeah. They are probably in the older players then, because it's been like 200 years maybe, right? And she was... It seems to be like progressing without them, right? So... But it's basically... Her brain is basically stuck in a computer program, right? That's kind of how you can see it, right? Yeah. But again, I like it a lot more. I talk about it more in the review, but... Yeah. Her brain is... I mean, I guess... Theoretically speaking... Okay. Maybe they aren't used to magic. She's like super powerful. Yeah, maybe they aren't used to her magic, right? Yeah. I guess they aren't used to her like player character abilities. Yeah, nice girl coming in the light there. Yeah, she's all like, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. I'm coming in my little light. Oh my god. Food. It's got typical taverna. Yeah. I wanna guess, right, that they probably aren't all the players. If the game has changed that much, it probably means that it's going on its own system or something, right? Without the players, probably. Or maybe she's just been like in coma for many years and the game will progress something. It's like patch 25 or something. Yeah, it's like expansion 11 or something, and she's like missed out all the expansions. I guess it's a possibility. Oh, nice. Another cute maid girl. Yeah, the oldest daughter. A lot of... yeah. But I guess you probably started. If you think from a gaming standpoint, I guess you probably... This is probably your starting place, right? Like your starting zone. Like if you start a new character, you start in this Eden or something. But she's level 1100 though, so... But still. That's kind of how it sounds like, right? You can... it's like a nice little, you know, outskirt village. No really demon lords or whatever. Oh, here we go. Fine, I should say that. We need some gold though, yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so yeah. She wants to go to the silver tower. The Ivory Silver Tower. It's probably her, right? I feel that she's gonna be the witch. Like, have you heard about that witch at the Silver Tower? Yeah, she's like, what, witch? No, it's a nice, cute elf girl that's like nice and friendly. She's probably, come on, she's a witch. She's definitely the witch, right? She's the... Or maybe she knows the witch? No, she's the... Yeah, totally, guys. She's the witch, yeah, come on. She's the evil silver witch. Yeah, she's like 200 years later. She's like this ganker, right? They're like, oh, you ever heard about this evil witch lady that killed everyone? That wasn't me. Yeah, okay, so she clearly used to be that ganker, right? That flew around and... Yeah, come on. She clearly flew around and probably killed people, right? I can imagine this is a warping here, yeah. She's that, you know, max level player that flew into this lower village and, you know, and killed all the level 1 players. Come on. Okay. Now suddenly someone is trying to, like... What? Are they gonna awe her or something? Suddenly, I don't know, but it went dark now, okay? Some guys are coming into her bedroom? What? I guess he's gonna rob her, but it felt... She's an evil witch though, so... Yeah, she got her, like... Super lion or something. Yeah, of course. Pervert blocker. See? The game was like... That was pervs, yeah, it was anti... Yeah, the game didn't see it as they're gonna rob her. They were like, oh no, those are some hentais, they just killed them. Yeah, see, the game gets it. The game gets it. See, as I said, the game is like... Sorry. Yeah, I got a little sore throat since last week. Oh, it's so annoying. That's one reason why I'm a little tired, because it's not that bad, you know. I cough a little bit, but it's not terrible. My voice hasn't changed or whatever. But it's a little itchy. But this is good. I like this. This is a good premise, though. Everyone's like, you know, the witch is very evil and powerful. You gotta be afraid for the witch, right? She's like, I think the witch is gonna be fine. Yeah. Like everyone is like, please be careful. That witch is super mean. Okay. It reminds me a little bit of Baccarina, I guess, but not in a little way, right? Like she's ISEKAI as the evil witch, right? But she's actually the evil witch. So yeah, she actually used to be the evil witch. But honestly though, I find this a good premise because there are way too many enemies, right? It's like in a video game and they're the good guys. Certainly she's a good person deep down anyway, but I mean, many players, right, when you play these games, are actually gonna be douchey, right, and gag people, and, you know, grief and this stuff, right? And I find it very unfortunate that there's too few animes ISEKAI gonna really have played as a bad people, right, you know what I mean? Because it's a video game, right? You play video games to do bad stuff too, right? Like, if you ever play a game like Fable or whatever, like, does everyone play Fable as a good guy? It's boring, right? Yeah. I'm not saying I haven't played those games as a good guy, I'm just saying that I played them as both good and evil, right? So she clearly played as a bad girl, right? So yeah, I like that. It's a good premise. That's actually not unique, but it's pretty uncommon, right? So that's good. So it's clearly her tower then. Yeah, this is her home quarter, right? It's your password. She really hates herself. Yeah, it's like, maybe I shouldn't have that quirky password. Yeah. Okay, that's a really weird CGI. Come on, it's way too much CGI in animes these days. That's a really weird CGI. What is that? Oh my god, it's a super annoying talking wall shit. Yeah, it's like, you left me alone. It's a super annoying childish. That 200 years of solitude, you know. Now it's turned into a ganker now, but I mean it's just sad, right? It's been alone. Probably no one, right? It's yeah, losers. Yeah. Now I like it. Super annoying wall guy or girl, I guess, or. But I think it's supposed to be a man, honestly, with like super, you know, kind of I don't know. It feels like it's a man voiced by a woman, right? I'm gonna gender this wall here. I feel the wall is a man, okay? Like it's a wall. It's probably no binary. It's non-binary probably, or maybe it's binary, right? It's 1 1 0 1 0 those murals. Nice, yeah, Baba. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So this one for party members against the annoying wall. She never did bring the wall with her in the party, right? Yeah. Super annoying wall party member. That keeps insulting her. Yeah. What's your son? Oh my god, that could be good shit, man. Muska! I have a baby, yeah! So Skarago is like... Oh my god, this is good, man. So it's her son in this world then? The foster system. Yes! I know this is good, man! She's a mom. Oh yeah. No, this anime I like it more and more. Yeah, okay, I like it. Yeah, she. Yeah, exactly. You can like in this guy or something, right? So I love it. So it's her son. He's an NPC, I guess, but he's gonna take care of his mom, right? Yeah, and she's in high elf, right? So he's not gonna be surprised his mom is still looking at a 20-year-old woman, right? Because you know, high elf, right? So he can probably. Oh my god. Wait, the dwarf is also her son? The only 2 released for elves, though! I guess she also has sex with a dwarf or something? But okay, those characters are in the opening, so they're her sons and daughter then. Oh, but that's good shit, man. I liked it, yeah. That's actually really intelligent on the whole, you know, video game system, so... They're obviously gonna be in this anime, and they're gonna be like, Mom! So her party members are her babies, yeah, I like it, that's good. It's clear it's been 200 years, right? So her son is gonna be powerful, right? Because, you know, he's been training, right? Gonna, you know, make his mom proud, right? Because that guy definitely I've seen in the promo art and so on. Scargo, yeah, so he's clearly gonna be one of her party members. I like this wall that's like, hey, come on, master, I'm really bored. You left me for 200 years. I hate you, yeah. Bye, yeah, it's like... Oh, so wait, of course the son was the one that united them. So, the son is the one that stood in the photo, right? Yeah. The son is the guy with the son, right? He's the guy standing at this, right? Her son is probably like Messiah, you know, he's the Jesus character, right? So it makes her, you know, Maria, makes her the Holy Mother, right? Honestly, this anime, the more I see it, you know, honestly, but you know, the more I like it, yeah, because I feel it's taking these game tropes, right? And making them pretty good for an actual storytelling. Like, again, making her son and so on. So this I'm happy about. This is much better than the Koban. But I feel I'm gonna give the Koban more of a chance though. But this anime definitely gonna keep watching. This is actually one of the, I feel, stronger episode 1 I felt in a while for this kind of virtual reality. Definitely a good episode 1 here. This of course always reminds me of Dragon Ball. Like this, you cannot not think Dragon Ball when you see this team, right? You know. This is Master Krille or Vitt, whatever it's Swedish, yeah. He has such a weird name. Many characters in Dragon Ball. Because I grew up with Swedish Dragon Ball, right? Some of them have really weird names. Some of them have the same name, of course. Goku is Goku, so. But some of the characters, like, yeah, have, like, Master Krille, something like that. Oh, I can't remember it now. It's a very weird name. Some of the names are kind of strange. We call Kame-sen and Kame-sen, though, yeah. We don't go to Master Roshi, it's only English. Kame, of course, means turtle, so yeah, turtle sage, right? But yeah, every time you see a freaking, you know, tower over in the sky like that, you think Dragon Ball, right? Like, yeah, you cannot not think Dragon Ball. Like that for me is like that is Dragon Ball. I'm just gonna go save someone. Her first fight, I guess. Some like horned bear, yeah. I just kicked it. she's clearly OP. Oh yeah, she's OP, man. This is one of these like OP main characters if you've ever seen one. Yeah, she kicked it, it flew to like 10 trees, right? Yeah. So she's clearly super OP. I mean, we see this in the whole ISEKAI. Yeah, she's. Nah, you should my skills. I'm not strong. I'm just skilled. Now she's like, oh, I'm not OP, but I can probably easily get 20 bears though. Like, okay, yeah, like, I'm not OP, but I can easily solo, like, an army of those bears. So, like, that doesn't make me OP, It's like, I think she has a hard time understanding here the power relationship with her and humans, right? Lottor. Keinashan. Oh no, she gets to the part, I guess. Yeah, she saved him and gets invited to some kind of party here. And I guess it's really tasty or something. I don't know what it's very tasty eating the monsters in these animes. Yeah, it's like, oh, you killed a bear? Like a horned demon bear, you eating it? Oh, it tastes great. Yeah, like, I don't know why these bears right now is like, oh, it's so tasty. Oh, yeah, what a great luxury food here. I do buy it, I guess, in video games that if you kill the kraken or whatever, right, and you eat it, it's like a powerful stats, right? Yeah, you kill the kraken and you get like 10 more strength or whatever. I get that, but I don't think necessarily it's gonna taste good though. You defeat the monster god and you like eat it. Why does it taste good for? It's probably tasting crap, but you get more power, right? But whatever. I wonder if she gets drunk easily. She might be immune or not at all. I don't know. I think she's obviously very high level, so. But I guess she never skilled for alcohol or something. Okay, yeah, she really can't handle her alcohol. Yeah, and yeah, the mother here, the innkeeper is like, that girl, she can fight, but she doesn't match for alcohol. Yeah, she can't fight my home brew or moonshine. Yeah, it's like. What a weakling, yeah. She only has one ability, fighting. Can't handle the real deal as a woman, Okay, we see the daughter here, the cute little maid girl. In the ending. But this was good. This was really good, I feel. It's not the best I've ever seen in my life, right? But... oh, sorry. Yeah, but a lot better, I feel, than Koban. I feel I'm so hard on Koban, but it's again, I didn't hate Koban, but I was just bored by it, but it's happening. Not happy. Here, this I really enjoyed, yeah. This feels like a great episode 1 here. We'll talk about it more in the review as we'll see the ending here. Nothing really happening in the ending though. Just kinda... just flowers and hugs. Yeah, the ending wasn't very... it's just like wholesome. Walking around in the rain with like some big leaves as umbrellas. It's like... nothing really special, I would say, but yeah. My big flower spinning. Yeah. It's been a nice, wholesome ending. Very wholesome ending. I mean, just like... just the two girls looking happy and hugging and holding hands and so on. Yeah, making those flower crystals, whatever it's called. Blomsterkrans. Yeah, it's a very Swedish tradition. Yeah... I can explain it if anyone cares, I guess. Yeah, sure. Let me explain that. It's very Swedish, right? It's very, very Swedish. Let me explain that if you're interested. I'll give you a quick little Swedish recap. It's very, very Swedish, so I can explain it here if you're... I'm hoping anyone's interested. But yeah, so this is called Blomsterkrans in Swedish, right? And, I mean, certainly other countries has it too, but it is very, very cultural Swedish, right? And you find it in some other Scandinavian countries too, but it's come from Sweden and from the Viking times. And it's very, very specific. So, what you do in Sweden is that on midsommarafton, right? So this is of course again then Swedish tradition, right? When you have this is a day when the sun is what's it called? Summer solstice in English, yeah. That's midsommarafton. So that's when the sun has the most days, right? And the thing is in Sweden, like in my hometown, the sun is up for like 24 hours that day. Like seriously, like you have sun all day, right? So there's no surprise that midsommarafton, I think in Sweden and Norway and so on, it's like a celebration, right? Or from like a historical aspect. Of course, think like 2,000 years ago, you're living in Sweden, right? And you're like, oh, today the sun doesn't go down, right? That feels magical for you, right? You're like, why the sun it never goes down, man? Like, it's something weird this day, right? So obviously they noticed that, and that's one thing for that matter. Just side note, I think people sometimes think that people in the past were idiots, right? Or they had like no information or whatever. But clearly the old Greeks, they knew how, the equator, the Greeks calculated, how big the planet was, like 3,000 years ago, right? And so on. So no, not really. Like the old Vikings, they knew exactly this day is the most Sundays and this is the least Sundays, right? We have known that for like 2,000 years or whatever at least, right? In Sweden. So no. This information is very known actually for these older countries, right? The civilization. But anyway, so because they of course knew that Midsommarafton is the sunniest day, right? Yeah, makes sense. You have all this big celebration, and you make this Midsommarkrans, this gigantic cross thing, kind of, right? For these two things, basically a pee right with balls. Yeah, you pull it up and you dance around it, and you sing the små grodorna and so on, right? And this is really a very unique Swedish tradition. And then during that day, then all the females, right, are supposed to wear this Midsommarkrans, then, right? Yeah, this krans. So this is very. It's a very iconic thing, of course. Because as a man, you shouldn't wear this thing. This is only for the females. And then what you do is that the idea is that if you have it on you the whole day, right, during the solstice, then, right, the fullest day, and you can see in the beginning of this ending, right, that the girl was making this thing, right. So it's a very classic tradition in Sweden, right. So they started at the day before or the beginning of the day, right. The little girls, and the mothers make these things, right. And then they keep wearing them the whole day. And then you go to bed and you put it under your pillow or whatever, right? And then you're gonna dream about the man you're gonna get married to. So you're gonna get a vision and then you're gonna get married, right? So the whole idea is like, okay, you do this thing and then you get married. If you don't do this thing, you're gonna have a hard trouble getting married. It's kind of like, if you throw the bouquet, you catch it, you get married, right? Yeah. So every girl's supposed to do this thing, or else you can't get, married, kind of. That's in the tradition. That's also why this thing everyone has to pull up and dance around, right? That is just supposed to be a fertility thing. It's all about the smashing, right? It really is. And of course, also in Sweden, as in most countries, most babies are born 9 months after Midsommar, the summer. Yeah, so it's so yeah. This tradition here, she's making in the ending here. She's making this little flower krans here in the ending. It means that she's trying to get smashed. Yeah, she's making it here, right? So if it's in Sweden, this means that she's trying to have some fun time that night, right? Yeah, she's trying to get some babies. That's what's happening in Swedish tradition. I'm not even joking. That's what it means. It's Sweden. Certainly. And this anime taking place in medieval times, right? So, yeah. I mean, but honestly, other country has it too, but it is a Swedish cultural tradition, right? And this anime, I guess, is taking, obviously they have dwarf and elves, right? So it's very Scandinavian inspired, right? So I have a hard time seeing the author not taking that inspiration from Sweden, right, with Midsommarkrans. But that means that the girl is trying to, have sex. That's what it means from a traditionalist. Anyway, let's review the anime. I just want to go on that, my rant! my rant about the old school kransar. But it's a huge thing. Like, honestly, every year in Sweden, people do that and dance around the krans. It's very, very common. And you sing these weird songs. And it's a whole day, man. It's a whole day, right? Because it's also, for that matter, a red day in Sweden. It counts as a Sunday, so everyone has a day off too, right? So on, yeah. So everyone. Usually people take the vacation around that time anyway, but like everyone is also has a day off there. Like it's one of those days that's almost impossible to work on. Grocers are open in the beginning of the day, right? Basically. But anyway, side note about Sweden. But honestly, that tradition, I hope people are interested, right, to some extent, because obviously this anime is taking a lot of Swedish and other Scandinavian inspiration, right? Elves and dwarfs and all that stuff, right? It comes from Scandinavia and Tolkien and so on, right? So, but anyway, yeah, I love this wall girl. It felt like it was a man though, as I said, but like voiced by a spunky girl, right? But this scene here, what I really like, I liked the episode before too, but this scene here I felt when the episode really took off, right? Because now she talks to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, where's Scargo, my NPC, right?" She's like, "Your son? I think he went out and saved the planet." Like, my son? I'm a mom? I had sex, Yeah, she's like, wait a minute, who's my husband? Yeah, who am I sleeping with? Yeah, she's like, wait a minute. Oh shit, what have I done? So I think that is good, man. I guess an anime that's somewhat close to that, but I think done pretty poorly, is I killed 300 slimes, right, or whatever you call it. I killed slimes for 300 years or whatever, yeah. But that anime, I think it's too silly, right? It's not a terrible anime, but she has 2 daughters in that anime, so spoilers here, and spoilers. But yeah, the last season 2 is coming this year. But anyway, in that anime, she has 2 daughters, but the daughters like created by her genocide. It's really weird, even. She's killed so many slimes that like the slimes want revenge and turn into like 2 like goddess slime things and try to kill her, right? And then they said love her instead. They're like, Mommy, you created us by killing our brethren. It's really weird, honestly. Why did they like her for? One of them hates her in the beginning, but yeah. But that's just like a silly way, in my opinion, to create 2 daughters, right? I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm just saying that it's kind of silly. But the anime, I think was pretty good. But I mean, it's the best anime, but it's pretty good. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's kind of silly, dilly, funny, but yeah. But here instead, I really like this because it's like an intelligent way to utilize that she is stuck in a video game, right? We got to the opening. I'm pretty sure you see. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, you see. This is her kids there, right? So this is really interesting. Yeah. So, of course, the guy in the background, that's Skargo, has to be Skargo, right? That's her oldest son, right? And then she has a daughter too, right? An elf daughter, and of course the dwarf's also her son. So, she has 2 sons and 1 daughter, and yeah, I really like to say this. So, for example, in the reaction day, when I first saw that, I was thinking immediately of this guy, right? A very classic, of course, JRPG, I hope people have played, one of my favorite games, from Nipponichi, of course, and I played, I have all their games, right, Soul Nomad and so on, and Phantom Brave, so, I collect, if you have been new to my channel, right, I collect, JRPG games, right, so I played, I have all the JRPG games, and I could easily just make a channel about JRPG games, right. Should do it instead, yeah. Give up on anime ever. No, but I always try to stream some JRPG games too, and so on too, right? But I feel the channel is mostly Japanese media, right? Yeah, Japanese games and anime manga, right? But anyway, this guy out there, for example, super iconic JRPG. In that game, you can of course raise your own kids, right? So, but how it works is of course you're not mating your characters, but you can use the mana, right, of Lahar or whatever, right, or whatever this guy you're playing. You can use your mana, then you can create a new character, right, and then you create that character based on, you pick a class for them, right, and you use X number of mana from your first character, and then you then gonna basis the level and so on, right, a little bit, or the stats rather, and that's the one thing. But another thing that's really interesting with this guy, in other games too, is that. Let's say that, for example, you are a mage, but you're a daughter to a priest character, right? Now, if you stand next to your mom, you can now cast heal, right? So, if you have this family bond, right? Son or daughter or whatever, or parent or so on, right? You can now use their spells if it's possible, right? So you can't use a spell you can't use, right? If you need some requirement. But usually you can use a spell right? Because it's like a fireball or whatever, yeah. Doesn't need any extra requirements, but you can't copy a sword attack, right? If you don't have a sword, right? Whatever. So basically, it's like magic you copy mostly, right? But the idea with that is that, okay, so you get stats better and so on, but also, this is very in detail now, but I is pointing out how I like this anime, right? Because how it also works though is that if you then use this spell enough times, so okay, so I have a mage character and I want to learn Omega Heal, right? Yeah. If I throw Omega Heal 10 times next to my mom, now this character permanently has Omega Heal, and then every time you cast Omega Heal, it levels up, right? So every spell has a level. So first you have to learn it from your parent or from your kid or whatever, right? And then you can also make it stronger, right? So that's a kind of interesting parent system, right? And this anime here, it didn't explain exactly, how this parent mana system works, but I'm just imagining that this is kind of what I mean, right? That okay, she can create, basically, new characters, right, in the game using her own mana, and then they will of course inherit some of her skills, right? And then she can teach them more skills by probably being the party or whatever, right? And also perhaps that, if her son, her dwarf guy here, learns a new tank skill, mom can also learn that, right? Next over. That's probably how it works, right? So from a gaming standpoint, this makes a lot of sense, right? That you will have this video game, and you can create your own, children, party members, and so on, right? Because it makes your your character stronger, right? Not only are you recruiting new characters, but these characters can grow and get stronger, and the stronger they get, they can also teach you new skills, right? That is probably how it works. I'm almost just guessing here, but this is how, for example, Disgaea and similar games work, right? And Disgaea is quite old, so that's 20 years plus, right? So we see this parent system being used in a lot of JRPGs since then, right? But this guy is one of the first ones to really have, like, I think, a good parent system, or good, but I mean pretty decent for this time, right? So something like that, right, is probably how this anime works. And so it makes sense that she has created like her, very powerful son, right, to go out and be a hero and so on, so they can come back and give her new skills, right? So that's really interesting, again, because it makes sense, right, from a video game standpoint. However, now of course she's stuck in this video game and she's actually been isekai. Instead it's her kids now, yeah. And he's gonna be like, Mom, I love you, and so on, right, probably. So yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot seeing this character now, because I think that's a really good premise that, yeah, again, in a video game it makes sense, but now they actually have, of course, a relationship, right? Yeah, because when you play those games, you don't really care. I mean, of course you care. You probably have some emotional bonding with, it's like my son NPC, yeah, it has some value to me. But now, of course, these NPCs are going to have their own personality, they're going to have their own, brain, so to speak, they're going to have their own freedom, but they're probably going to, oh, we go, Mom, please look at my skill or whatever. Or maybe she hates her mom, maybe she's like, Mom, you left me, you're a bitch, or something, yeah. So this could be really interesting, and I really like that, because I wish more animes, right, would actually use game mechanics in an intelligent way to create this kind of drama or relationship or whatever. Yeah, so that's really good. And as I said earlier, it's iterating that point again, but I think that's really, really important, right, in this anime, that she is dead, right, basically. She's stuck in an isekai. I really like that too, right? I keep saying that, but I said it in the intro too, right? But for me, I just think it makes so much better, right? It's just so much better, just like in an isekai. Because of course what that means is that it means certain things, but I think we can all assume that if she dies, she dies, right? And that's so much better, I think. Just that alone, because it means that it's so much more meaningful, right? Not to sit there and hate on Bofuri, for example, but Bofuri is a good example, I feel, of, it's almost more like a comedy, just cutesy kawaii anime, right? But still, though, it's kind of like, it doesn't really feel like it matters, right, if the character do anything, because, yeah, they just get revived like an hour later or something, yeah, like, it has so little meaning if you actually lose, right? There's some other VR MMO animes where you kind of like, oh, you're banished for 1 day or something. It's a little rougher, but it's like, yeah. And the problem, as I always keep saying to those animes, is that if you banish players for 1 hour, for 1 day, not an hour for 1 day, they will stop playing the game, right? Honestly, they stop playing the game. Yeah, like, it doesn't make any sense, because that's a problem with that kind of premise, that it sounds cool on paper. Oh, this game is so serious that if you die in the game, you can't play it anymore for 1 day or 2 days, a week, whatever. But no one would actually just play this game, because what happened is, right, you're sitting there, you come off from school, right, you want to play some video games, let's say you play League, okay, so you play League, and then you die in League. Oh, you have to play League, but it's like 1 week ban. You're like, okay, I go and play Dota instead. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't go back to that game, because you would be like, well, what should I do then for those 7 days, or 1 day, whatever, right? You would just go and play, another game. And then certainly, maybe after that 24-hour ban, then, you might go back to that game, but the likelihood is, of course, lower the longer the time is, because you're gonna, get into the other game, right? And then if you have a system that you get banned for 1 day or whatever every time you die, right? Or even longer, like in some of those animes, yeah, people, they would lose all their... no one will play the game, no one... People stop playing the game immediately. Again, probably the worst example of a really bad anime, but yesterday's course Full Dive, yeah, with the worst anime game ever. Like, why does he keep playing the game? Like, that anime is so bad. I talked about it yesterday in my top 10, that leak for that, yeah, top 10 worst anime last year, spoiler, I put that anime in top 10, right, because basically this guy is also playing, a virtual reality, right, and he's playing the worst game ever, where everyone hates him and they bully him, and the game is just crap, literally, it's just shit just all the time, right? Yet he keeps playing the game. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, why does he keep playing the game? The anime is so terrible in many aspects. That's probably the dumbest thing of it. Because he really is playing like one of the worst games ever made. Like, why would you keep playing the game? Eventually, the big oppa lady is gonna be like, if you keep playing the game, I'm gonna, smash you. So, then it makes sense. Because you got like these titties, right? He's like, okay, I play the game. Yeah, then you buy it. But the first 6 episodes or 7, you're like, stop playing the game, man. Stop playing the game. Anyway, here's that. She's the bad girl. I also like that too, yeah. This anime is a really good episode 1 because it has a really good premise, I guess, yeah. Because I like that she's also the bad girl, right? I like that she's the evil silver witch. She's the tormentor of people, right? As I mentioned earlier, I think it's too few of these gaming animes where the character plays as the bad guys, right? Because, I mean, if you ever play these games, right? half the players basically that play one of these games, they're gonna gank people, right? They're gonna be the bad boy, you know. It's kind of like look at something about World of Warcraft, okay? I don't know exact the stats right now, but you know, roughly speaking, half is playing Horde, right? Those are the bad guys, right? Half is playing Alliance, yeah. But unfortunately, in most animes, it's like 9 out of 10 animes, I guess basically everyone plays an Alliance, right? No one ever plays Horde in these animes, right? No one ever plays the evil side, right? That actually attacks people and so on, so to speak. Even, of course, movies isn't really like that, but you know what, yeah. But I guess I hope you get my point here. It's kind of like, yeah, they almost always only play the good side, right? But she's basically play the bad side and gang people and so on, has this rumor. So I like that, but in a way, then I kind of wish she was kind of a bad girl still, though. And it's like, oh, I'm stuck in an isekai? I'm gonna conquer the planet. Yeah, but I don't know what. That was kind of Make a Black Company last year. Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm isekai? Yeah, I'm gonna take over the planet. Yeah, like that's we need more animes otherwise there. Where you get isekai and you're like, oh yeah, I'm OP. I'm gonna use that OP power to become the Demon Lord. Like, so we need more of that though. That's the only thing I said the anime lacked though. She has no real goal right now. I felt she was just like, oh, here's my tower, and I have kids. I have 3 children. Oh shit! And that's like, I guess I go back and drink or something. Yeah, she never really has like, you know, she's gonna fight the Demon Lord, right? She's gonna meet her son again. But I hope. I guess the next thing is probably meeting her son, right? Scargo. He's obviously the guy that united the countries, right? I think she's gonna team up with her children to fight some Demon Lord or whatever, right? To protect the countries or something. That's probably what's gonna happen. But that's the only thing I would say this episode lacks now. That it's like, yeah, like she has no actual enemy or agenda or something. Yeah, she clearly has her children though when they. But that's what I mean. I feel her kids, like her son or whatever, he probably knows some shit, right? Because he's some kind of Attack on Titan monster or something else. So here's gonna be some bad guys to fight, right? And her son is some kind of hero, so he's probably gonna be like, hey mom, can you help me with this Attack on Titan monster? Don't die though, mom! Spoiler, don't die, mom, but we're gonna fight this Titan over there. But his mom is powerful though, yeah, he's no errors, mom. I think it's fine to spoiling episode 1 of Attack on Titan, right? I hope so, it's fine. But it's kinda like, honestly, it looks very Attack on Titan. It's like a huge, doesn't it? It's like a huge thing here. It's like the, you know, a wall around it. It's like this big royal palace in the middle. This definitely could be like a deviant Attack on Titan. But anyway, I'm interested to see, of course, what is the mom, so to speak, the main character, gonna do with her sons, right, or daughter. That's probably what's gonna pull her into a bigger main story, right? Like what's happening in the world, because her son probably knows what's happening, right? But anyway, it's a long review. I really liked the episode. Subscribe, slap button, and I guess I'd probably watch Orient. Do a quick check. It looks pretty decent. There's another anime too today that I thought looked really kind of ugly. One of the original animes that looked really, what's called Toku 24. Yeah, it looks really weird. Like it looks like one of these, not X-Arm level of it, but it kind of looks like that a little bit. I'm like questioning my sanity when I see the episode. But yeah, I kind of want to check out Orient. It's a kind of shonen action anime, right? At least first episode, and just first impression. But anyway, see you guys, CAPITULO, and otherwise tomorrow, of course, Osama Ranking is back. Freaking one of the best anime last year. Yeah, check out my top 10 best anime and worst anime for yesterday. Talk about Osama Ranking, so it's a good anime.